Hi, my name is Reagan Rivera and I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas. My major is natural science right now, but I'm going to change it to animal science when I transfer to A&M, which will probably be next year. I'm hoping to be a vet, I'd rather go with a major rather than go pre-vet because it just seems a little easier to handle with all the other things that I have to do. I'm taking this class because I think speech is really applicable to life in general. You need communication skills when you have, especially jobs at our age, mostly they're going to be in customer service. You need communication skills for that. You need them to get into schools. I mean, maybe you have an interview for a very prestigious school, or you never know, internships, anything that goes on in your life, you're going to have to communicate eventually. You can't just live in your house and not talk to anybody. So there's ways to do that, which is totally able to be learned through speech. I did take this class in high school, but it's been a while, and I should refresh my memory and make sure that I pay attention to all of the certain things that will kind of make your audience go a little astray from what you're trying to tell them. Some things that I would, I guess, be proud of myself would be just recently, before the summer started, I actually got promoted in my job. I work at HEB, and I'm manager of of service, which is just the cashiers and everything. It's just one of those girls in blue shirts that stand around telling everybody what to do. At least that's what we seem like we're doing. We do other stuff, though, I promise. Another thing I'd be proud of is, I guess, my ability to multitask. I work 40 hours a week. I'm a full-time student. I have 13 hours of classes, mostly because I have a scholarship that I have to be full-time for in order to get it. I volunteer at the Aggie Land Humane Society, which, by the way, adopt if you're ever in nearby, because they have plenty of cats, dogs, other random animals that people happen to bring by that need good homes. I also am a member of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, so if I get a chance in my free time that I don't really have, but I do fit some in, I will do some other charity events for them, and I have to go to their meetings and whatnot, of course. One more thing I would be proud of is probably just my desire to learn. I mean, even if I didn't have to go to school, or probably if it didn't cost so much, I would just go just to learn, just because there's so many things in the world. I don't understand why anybody would not want to learn about it. It just helps you. It helps to be more knowledgeable, helps you to get farther in life, I feel. And you can always do it if you really want to. Some topics for the year that I would love to hear about personally. Like I said, I want to go to vet school, so obviously I love animals. Not as Animal testing is very controversial, but it is kind of interesting if you do find some really good points to make that you don't think anybody else has ever made. But other things to do with animals, like building a new shelter or any kind of points that you're trying to make that involve animals, they'll usually interest me, just because I already know a lot of facts about them and about certain conditions that certain ones live in, anything like that. It's just very beneficial to everybody, I think, to learn about things like that. Another thing that I'm interested in is just the arts in general, music, art, paintings, sculptures, anything like that. I personally like to do physical art and paint and draw, sculpt. That's what I'm interested in. But I also love music. I haven't played an instrument, so I wouldn't say that I'm extremely passionate about it, but I do love to hear about other people's passions about it, because I think everybody has some kind of passion that has to do with an art. And similar to art, I would love to hear anything that's to do with literature. I think a lot of ethical speeches and logical speeches come from references from literature and are just about things in literature. I mean, so many of especially when you make like classic book references, so many of those are just so relevant to this day, and people don't even understand until somebody points it out to them. So I like for people to point out those random things to me, and I think it makes it very unique and makes it their own, even though it's a reference. They still use it in a very specific way that was very clever. And things I wouldn't really want to hear about would probably be a lot of like political stances or anything to do with it. Because honestly, like I've never been into history, I've never been into politics, government, economics. I hated all of those classes in high school, college, anywhere. Any of the topics, if anybody ever brings up like Republicans and Democrats, like my mind goes blank and it's not even in this room anymore. But and honestly, I feel like it's all been heard before. I mean, it's always the same thing. And similar to that, I wouldn't really want to hear anything that's just super easy to research, like abortion, like Miss when she said marriage equality. Um, what else? Marriage equality. Any kind of like statistics. I mean, statistics are always good in measurements and in very unique variations, but not strictly like your entire speech is about facts about statistics. Like everybody has beliefs and values, and once you understand your audience beliefs and values, like it's very easy to make a speech that's more real than it is as a person. We can tell how real you are rather than just hearing you read a piece of paper to us. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I hope that we all click, even though this is an online class, and I hope that I learn a lot from you guys.